Hi guys, Judy here from My Divine Angel Reading, and welcome to Intuitive Tuesday. Today we are going to discuss the second half of last week's video. Last week I went into discovering your life purpose, and I explained there's two different purposes that we all have. One is like your career, and then the other one is the lessons that you want to learn while you're here on Earth. That sounds a little crazy. Bear with me a minute. You're going to need a pen and a paper for this one, okay? If you really want to get the value out of it, and take the next 15 minutes or so and go through it with me. The lessons that you are here to learn, okay? A quick way, because I'm not going to get into detail about this because the video will turn out to be an hour long, and I always try 20 minutes and less. If you believe in reincarnation, okay, when you were still up in the heavens as a soul, you have a soul group, okay? A soul family. And what that is, if you're not familiar, it's key people in your life that you really connect with, okay? That you have had multiple lifetimes with them in your life, serving different roles and agreeing to where each of you would teach each other something, some kind of lesson, okay? Now, what happens here, how to discover why you are here, what lesson it is that you're supposed to learn. We're going to look at karma, okay? But don't think karma is bad, okay? Because karma is just as wonderful as it is shitty. It depends on what you're giving off. But we're going to look at karma and repeat patterns in your life, and that'll give you some clues, all right? First, we're going to look at people, okay? Even the assholes in your life that you absolutely cannot stand, they hold the major keys, okay? And let me explain. I want you to write down a list of people in your life that just irk you to no end, okay? They just get under your skin. Pause the video and write down the names if you need to. Now I want you to write down what is it about them that irks you, that you don't like. Pause the video, write it down. Now I want you to go over and review why. 99% of the time here, you're going to find there's something they have that you don't, that you want, and then therefore you are jealous, okay? Now, I know that's a tough one for some people. Really evaluate that list, okay? I'll give you an example. There was recently somebody in my boyfriend's life, okay, who he became friends with. It was like an instant romance, all right? They met, they clicked, they were doing everything together, and then they instantly got divorced. But so since he was involved in his life, he was involved in my life, and he was disturbing my life, okay? And when I went down and wrote down all the things that I didn't like about this person, I realized that person has something to teach me, okay? And what I didn't like were all the things that he got away with that I'm like, really? How can this guy do this? He's doing this and he's doing this and he's getting away with everything. And I'm like, I don't get away with shit. Why is my life harder, but it's more honest than his? So there was an element of jealousy there. There was also fear, okay? I was afraid he was just going to throw some major monkey wrenches and destroy and put cracks in the foundation of my relationship, and he started to, but luckily my honey saw what was going on and took care of it. So the lesson that I got out of that person was to really speak up and stand my ground. Now, what I want you to start writing down here, okay, is write down the characteristics that you have, okay? I want you to write down on a piece of paper, I don't know, describe yourself in 6 different ways, all right? Pause the video and write those down. Now, I want you to write down 6 different things that you think you need to work on, all right? What is it that you need to work on in your life? So I can say, like, the way I grew up, it was always very, just keep your mouth shut, never say anything, never make any waves, but here ultimately I was squashing and killing myself to give somebody else pieces of me. I can say I needed to work on being more assertive, okay? My communication, learning how to say no and stopping people from taking advantage of me. Pause the video, write down 6 things that you think you need to work on. Okay, now you got your 6 things. I want you to write down, it doesn't need to be 6, okay? However many key people are in your life, okay? Who are the main people that you spend a lot of time with, that you spend, whether it's work or personal, it doesn't matter. Write down, I'd say 4 or 5 key people that you spend a lot of time around and with. Whether it's work or personal, again, don't matter. Pause the video. Now, what I want you to do is compare the things that you need to work on. Compare the first couple things that you wrote down. What are the characteristics about your personality? What are the things that you think you need to work on? And then the people that you're around, look at the characteristics of them and their personality and how they correlate with the things that what you just wrote down. A lot of times you'll find that, all right, I wrote down, say, Many Jenny, okay? I'm just making up a name here. I wrote down Many Jenny on the list, okay? What is it? What are the characteristics about her? Oh, man, she really seems like she's got her act together. She's very aggressive. Nobody takes advantage of her. Oh, that was one of the things I wanted to work on, okay? You see how they just connected there? And then there's things where you'll look at and you'll see, oh, this person is very much like me. They keep me grounded. They keep me centered. They keep me focused. The main people, and we have people who come and go throughout our life, okay? Not everybody everybody that you come in contact with is not part of a soul group or a soulmate, okay? But you will notice. Also, think of repeat patterns, okay? Here's another one that just came to me. I want you to write down 6 repeat patterns, things that you find that keep happening in your life. Whether it's stuff with money or stuff with a big one for a lot of people is just bad relationship after bad relationship. And then write down the key details of those repeat situations and patterns, okay? Pause the video, do what you gotta do. Now, if you come back and you compare and look at everything that you just wrote down, okay, you're gonna see repeat patterns, and again, compare those people with the patterns, with the situations, with the things that you need to work on, all right? I can say, for example, in my past, because things have drastically changed in my life the last several years, I had repeat patterns of, I would constantly attract guys who were aggressive, who had some kind of addiction, okay? Drinking or whatever, okay? They were aggressive, egotistical, angry people. That is so opposite from me. But that's what I kept attracting into my life. I would also seem to attract a lot of people who had no personal power. They were always like negative Nancy, woe is me, black cloud over my head, okay? So if you go in and look at the repeat patterns, there's lessons there you're supposed to learn, all right? See what it is, how it relates to you, okay? So what I could say, when you really use your intuition and really open your mind and look at what you wrote down, I discovered, even though it was the exact opposite of me, the angry, aggressive people, the reality of it was, inside, I was not happy. I was miserable. And to a certain extent, inside, I was very aggressive with myself and very hard on myself. See, you really got to dig and compare. So those are the key ways, really, without even using your intuition. But I'm gonna have you use your intuition here in a minute. You could see on the paper here, see how everything comes into play and how it relates, and particularly pay attention to those people who annoy the hell out of you, because I guarantee there's something, they annoy you because you're either jealous or there's some kind of threat or fear in there, okay? When you learn what that is, you then learn something, okay? You see the pattern here? What it is that you came down here to learn. Now, some people could say, I'll give you a quick example here, their life is constant shit. Things are always hitting the fan. Things never work out. Things are always good. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I guarantee you're supposed to learn how to take that shit and turn it. What's that saying? Something about, like, you give you lemons, you make lemonade, or whatever. It's to really find your internal power and learn how to take control of your life, deflect the shit, have your power, and steer away from the shit, okay? But I've been going through it for so long with so many people. But that's one of the talents that I have discovered that I have. I really seem to help people find their life purpose, their career, and lesson. What it is, why they are here, what it is they are supposed to learn in this lifetime. For some people, it's to learn how to love. Open your heart, okay? Stop being so closed-minded and deflecting everything. And then they wonder why there's no love in their life and why they're so miserable. They're not open. A lot of people that I find, part of their lesson is to learn to find their internal power, their inner strength, and then take control of their life instead of allowing the world and everybody else to go through it. Some people are supposed to learn how to talk and communicate, okay? And some people are supposed to learn how to let go of their ego, okay? There's a whole vast world of lessons. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to show you here, you're going to tap into your own intuition, and you're going to ask yourself 2 questions, and you're going to see what your intuitive answer is here, okay? So real quick, like we did last week, okay, we're going to ground ourselves. Well, you're going to ground yourself. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to ground yourself real fast here, okay? We're not going to go into any lengthy meditation or anything like that. What I want you to do is take 3 huge, deep breaths. When I say huge, feel them in your back, okay? You want to feel your back expand. And what I want you to do as you're taking these big, deep breaths, like I see my hands going out here, okay? Envision that you are inhaling knowledge, okay? And just keep filling knowledge, 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 knowledge. And then blow out anything that doesn't make sense, confusion, okay? We're going to do this 3 times, and then I'm going to ask you a question. You ready? Okay, here's your balloon right here. This is you. Big, deep breath in your back. Feel the oxygen hitting all of your muscles, okay? Ready? Knowledge, 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 knowledge. Blow out confusion, okay? Again, knowledge, 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 knowledge. Bigger, 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 bigger. Blow out confusion. And one more time. Knowledge, 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 understanding, clarity, peace of mind. All the confusion, doubt, and fear out. Now, you ready? You got your paper, your pen? Why is it so hard for your soul to learn these lessons? Pause the video, write down your answers. Okay, you got your answers? Now, if you need to go through the breathing 3 more times, because I'm going to ask you another question, feel free to pause the video and then turn it back on in a second. If you're good to go, let's go. Second question I want to ask you. How can the energy of love change these situations? First things that come to your mind, just write them all down without thinking about them. So there you go. You should have some major key repeat patterns on the lessons, why you are here right now in this lifetime, what it is that you need to get. Because I'm telling you something, if you don't get it in this lifetime, okay, you're going to go through it again in your next lifetime, and your next one, and your next one, until you get it, and then change it, learn from it, alter it, change the course, okay? That's just how the laws in the universe and the world and it all works. I know it sounds a little crazy. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to write your comments down below and share them with me, because I'm sure a lot of other people would love to read what, you know, ding, pulling on the light switch, what came to mind, how it helped you. Did I say share it with your friends? I don't know. Share the video with your friends if you think it would be a nice eye-opening experience with them. Please hit subscribe and hit the little bell-looking button. This way you'll get notified every week. And I am going to put, I don't know where they come up, I'll put some links below and something on the side of the YouTube video here. Some different things that will really help you out. One of them is going to be, I think I'm going to include how to make a decision using your intuition. Very helpful tool. It's a, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, I don't remember how many days it is. It's like an 8-day thing where I send you videos every 2 days. And I'm also going to include a link here to my Developing Your Intuition course, okay? It's a big course and it does take time. It's not like instant bing, bing, bing. I say these magical words and you write down things and la la la. It doesn't work like that, okay? It does take practice, okay? Anything in the intuitive world, you have to practice doing it, okay? It's like going to the gym, okay? You have to practice working the muscles if you want the nice, clean, healthy, sexy muscles. It's just how it works. All right, guys? I will see you next week. See you later.